live at Weber High School for a game that's supposed to take place a couple weeks ago, but due to weather, it was postponed and rescheduled for today. The defending 4A champion Lady Bears coming to this one with a record of 4-2, beating teams like Desert Hills, Manti, Snow Canyon, and North Sanpete. The two losses coming from Crimson Cliffs, a team that is ranked first in 4A and has yet seen a loss this year. Their record is 7-0, and the loss from the number 2 team in 6A, Bingham. For the Warriors, they too have had a loss to Bingham and also Bonneville. They had Ridgeline on the schedule, but that makeup game will have to be played on April 28th, I believe. The Warriors will start region play tomorrow at Clearfield, while the Lady Bears have another week before they meet the Mountain Crest Mustangs, and hopefully the field will be ready to go by then. And if all plays out, we should have that one for you as well next Tuesday. A little breezy day, wind coming from blowing straight at us at left field. So we'll see how big of a impact that will be on the game. Phone says it's supposed to be 9 miles an hour. We will be joined momentarily here with Amy Gibbs. To thank Dr. Todd Miller for our Miller Medical Report. And luckily we have nothing to report. He's seeing new and old patients just at a new facility there at 57 North, 775 East, Tremont, Utah. Call for an appointment at 915-6262. Again, we'll have a lot of sports going. We'll have a doubleheader on Wednesday. Boys baseball will be hosting Woods Cross. And also on that same day, you'll have boys lacrosse hosting Bonneville. We'll have both of those games for you. Like I said, if everything pans out. Well, Lady Bears would like to repeat from last year. Less teams to go through now that they've pulled a lot of the teams up to 5A, and I think 3 of them down to 3A. He said it's just us and the St. George schools, but Crimson Cliffs up there, told you they're ranked number 1 right now in 4A. And as promised, be joined with Amy Gibbs, Lady Bear alumnus.
Yeah, it's a nice day for a softball game today.
A little breezy here in Weber, Amy.
It is a little breezy, but a nice day nonetheless. The sun is out. Looks like the field's dried out pretty good, pretty decent.
Yeah, I was kind of worried. It was snowing yesterday. Didn't know if we was going to be playing.
Right. Yeah, we need that moisture, but at the same time, it's softball season.
That it is. I was just saying, region's only a week away.
Right.
Weber will start their region actually tomorrow. At Clearfield, but
you have to respect Weber for their choice of colors. have good taste. We know that.
So yeah, Weaver will be in the red pants, white jerseys. Lady Bears in black pants, red jerseys. I don't see an American flag flying anywhere, so I think we're gonna forego the national anthem unless they bring one out. But again, we'd like to thank you for joining us. I'd like to thank our sponsors as well for making this possible. Been waiting a long time to cover Lady Bears softball.
Yes, we always look forward to this season. Bears should be strong again this year. I haven't looked at the rankings, but
I was just saying,
they're up there.
Crimson Cliffs is actually number 1.
They did meet in St. George, and Bears fell to them.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's still early.
Oh, it's way early. It's way early. No, Bears don't always have the strongest start just because we're a little bit spoiled with the Bear Center up in Box Elder County, so we can practice indoor, and Calvin, I know he tries to stay off the field as much as possible to let that dry out so we don't ruin it before the season even gets started. I do know they're making some improvements to the field.
I was going to say, you got bigger issues this year. You've got a new scoreboard going up, and I think this concrete's poured back behind where the bleachers are.
Right, which is a great addition. I think they're putting turf behind home plate. I think it's going to look really nice. We got the new backstop last year. Last year? 2 years ago.
Last year.
I think it was just last year, yeah. So, long time coming for some improvements on the Bearver Field.
Well, everybody's facing to the north, so I think we might get a flag.
Yeah, I can see one behind the building. I don't know that the kids will be able to see that. Can you see that clip on the skyline? I don't know if that's the one they're looking at, but...
Well, they finish doing a little bit of paperwork. To start this off, we'll have some Lady Bears softball. Looks like we'll get started. We are going to have a national anthem, so it's going to be hard to hear that, so we'll just step aside. Looks like we'll have starting lineups. So here's what the lineup's going to look like. Kelly Nelson will bat first. Next up is Zoe Sorensen, and then in cleanup will be Bob. And the rest to follow. The Bears lost a lot of strong hitters from last year. You lost Gibbs, you lost Taylor, and
Oakley Maxfield, Tage Austin.
Oakley.
Yes, it's hard to see the seniors go, but you know what? Bear River has a great tradition of having some good, strong players follow up. This is the first game that I've attended, but I've heard lots of good things about our freshmen, sophomores, so I think the Bears will be strong in years to come.
Yeah, Coach Bingham says they got their starters now, but there's people right behind them ready to take the spot if they need to. So
right, and I love that. Just because you start today doesn't mean you're going to start tomorrow. You need to earn your spot every game, every pitch.
So now with all the pregame festivities out of the way, I think we're ready for some softball. And again, this broadcast is brought to you by Advanced Integrated Systems, doing more than just home theater systems. They do house security, window treatments, landscape lighting, and so much more there at Advanced Integrated Systems. On the mound for the Warriors will be number 2, Kendall Strasburg. Like it says, first up for the Lady Bears will be number 7, Kinley Nelson. Nelson, early on in the season's batting a .389.
Oh, that's not a bad start at all. She's a senior, I believe, this year. And I'll have to dig into the stats a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure that she signed at USU Eastern.
You are correct. On both.
That's all right. That's a good start.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen these girls for so many years that sometimes I just forget where they fall in, especially when we had the COVID year, when we skipped the season.
Oh, yeah, that screwed everything up.
Yeah, keeping track of what grade they were in was nearly impossible.
And we are batter up. Nelson will bat left-handed.
As per usual.
We begin the top of the first here at Weber High School. Again, I'd like to thank our sponsors for making this possible. And I'd like to thank you for hopping on and supporting us by watching. First pitch in there for strike. Here from Strasburg. Only a sophomore here for the Warriors. She'll foul this one back to the backstop. So Nelson behind on the count, 0-2.
Bears have Calvin in his usual spot on third baseline and Troy Haramoto on the first base box this year. Missing Stan.
Yeah. First ball goes high. Nelson with a good eye. Try to get back into the count. Here's a 1-2 pitch coming here from Kendall. Goes high. Well, one more time to tie the count up at 2. Yeah, huge loss here for Lady Bears softball. Losing Stan.
Absolutely. But we honor him every game.
I think they've dedicated this season as Nelson pops this one. Into the gap, into the fence. She will stop at second.
Yes, a good center right drive. Just up and over the infield. Great placement. And that's the job of your leadoff, is to get on.
And our first CNR replay.
And next up, I don't see her number, but we have Zoe, right? Is Zoe Sorensen?
Zoe Sorensen.
Okay, she's been a great addition. She's a senior for Bear River this year.
She is one and done here for her first bout at the plate. Scooped up by the shortstop, Olivia Boswell, in the first out. Batting cleanup, Haley Farnsworth.
I believe she's signed to go to CSI. So Twin Falls next year for her.
In there for a strike here from Kendall. Yeah, going to join up with former teammate Olivia Taylor.
Yeah, good times. Olivia's doing a bang-up job, as you can imagine, up there.
This one's popped out to right field into the sun. And there's a catch. Runner will go. 2 outs on the fly out, but Nelson sitting on third, ready to score here for the Bears.
Yes, a deep pop to right will easily advance Kinley.
Next up will be Carly Miller here for the Lady Bears.
Also a senior.
Pulls back in the swing. Should have. That's right down the middle for a strike here from Strasburg. Miller batting a .294. 1 on and 2 outs. That one, it goes inside here from Kendall.
Bear's doing a great job being patient at the plate. Especially the first time around. You kind of want to see what she's going to throw.
Goes inside again. Weaver fans liked it. Home plate up, not so much.
Just looking for a base hit. Got to get our runner home.
Tries to go for the inside corner. Just missing that one as well. It's a 3-1 count. 2 outs. Nelson on third. She'll take that one. Push it to a full count. Strasburg again with a pitch. This one with a good poke, gonna drop out here in center. Score a run here for the Lady Bears. An RBI single here from Carly Miller.
Yes, great shot. Again, just up and over the infield, just dropping in front of center fielder right there. Easy single.
One more look on the CNR replay. Good placement. Kate Daly now in the batter's box here for the Lady Bears. First pitch swung on, drifting back. That wind going to play a little bit of a factor, I think, as that one drifts a little bit further than they expected. 2 on now here for the Lady Bears.
Bears doing a good job getting the ball into play. Carly rounded second. Decided to go back. I think that was a good call.
Kinley Toon will be up next here for the Lady Bears.
Kate's a junior, so she'll be back next year. KJ's a senior.
Time out on the mound here for Weber.
So no errors by Weber, just some nice gap hits.
Yeah. You said good ball placement.
Again, Bears being very patient, kind of waiting for a good pitch, waiting for their pitch, I should say.
Strasburg goes upstairs for the first pitch of ball. Here to Toon. Kendall still looking for that zone. Misses another one for a ball. Kendall's coming into this one with 15 strikeouts here on the season. Gets one back with that strike. So now 2 balls, 1 strike to count.
Yeah, we don't normally have Weber in our preseason.
No, this is something
lineup.
new.
Yeah, so it's nice. They're not too far.
In there for a strike. Another one from Kendall. Back to back ties it up. They count up at 2. Again with 2 outs and 2 on. Fouled this one back to the backstop. Toon starts the battle.
Just looking for another base hit, move our runners.
Watch as that one go by, and a full count we go.
That was a great off-speed pitch. Looked to me like it dropped right in there.
Weber fans would agree with you. Kendall with another one. Tries to get a rising ball, and it goes too high. That'll load the bases up. Forgot to mention Ashley Warren taking over for Kate Daly as a speed-up runner. She's now on second. Miller is on third. And Toon on first. Up next for the Bears, number 4, Bailey Sorensen. Pulls it back on the swing. This is the zone on that one for a ball.
Bailey's also a junior.
Batting .455.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, we're looking for a good hit right here. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Took that strike there from Kendall. Ties the count up at 1. Looking to buy or sell? Give Gary Madsen a call at CaldwellBanker.com. To our realtors for a free estimate. Goes to the corner again. It's low and inside. 2 balls on a strike, 2 outs. Bases loaded. This one about high and away. Trying to show her something different.
Again, Bears doing a good job with their pitch selection.
Kendall in there. And this one is in there for a strike. Another full count.
Bears not making it easy on her, making her pitch
No.
quite a few balls to each player. That can wear on her as time goes on.
And this one will miss, and they'll walk around. Another run scored here for the Lady Bears. Bases loaded once again off the walk. Hump's going to have a visit now. Not sure what that was about.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Give Kendall a little time to collect herself before she meets the next batter here for the Lady
Right.
Bears.
It's early in the game. She just needs to take a breath, keep going.
This one in there for a strike from Kendall.
And this is 19
Jordan Warren, the batter in the box here for the Lady Bears. Another senior here for Bear River. Kendall with another pitch, going inside, too much inside. Ties count up at 1. Warren batting a 375 early on here in the season.
Yeah, they really looked pretty good at St. George. Only
Yeah.
coming away with 1 loss.
And a pop over to third. And making the catch for the Warriors, number 24, Hadley Howe. Will strand them all on a base. And we will go to the bottom half of inning number 1 when we come back. Welcome back here to Old Weber High School. You got Kate Daly in the circle here for the Lady Bears. Junior, we got her for 1 more year.
Yeah, we do.
The Lady Warriors looking to better their batting average. Stepping up to the plate this afternoon as a team, they only bat .098. Might struggle a little bit against the pitching depth here here with the Bears. But we'll start off with Olivia Boswell. Next up will be Kennedy Johnson, and cleanup, the third baseman Hadley Howe.
So Daly in the circle. You have Bob behind the plate. I didn't see who's over at first base. KJ? I guess we'll have to wait till they spread back out.
Yeah.
Kinley Toon center field. Zoe Sorensen left field. Is that Carly Miller in right?
That's Carly Miller.
So strong field. Warren on third. Toon shortstop. Maxfield on second. Looks like KJ on first.
Olivia Boswell.
First pitcher from Daly to Boswell, in there for strike. Daly winds up, sends another one. This one rises high for ball. So a 1-1 count. Here to start the batting off with the Warriors. This one fouled out of play. Should be pretty warm by the weekend. Do some yard work. I'd like to thank Chanshire Sod Farms for being a sponsor for Bear River Athletics. Daly punches the first one out. Boswell sits down on a Frank Mascadoo strikeout here by Kate Daly.
Great way to start for the Bears.
Kennedy Johnson will be up next.
Next up, Kennedy Johnson here for Weber. Looking at no on, 1 out. Daly winds up, puts a pitch in there for strike. Another first pitch strike here from Daly. This one will roll across home plate. Lost the handle on that one for ball.
Yep, looks like it just slipped off her fingers there.
So a 1-1 pitch coming here from Daly. Just misses that one. Johnson ahead in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's another one from Daly. Takes that strike. Ties the count up at 2. Again, we'd like to thank CNR Trailer Sales for being your replay sponsor.
Yeah, those are fun to go back and look at.
And we'll take one right there with another Frank Mace-Kadoo strikeout. Here by Kate Daly. 2 up, 2 down here for the Warriors.
Yeah, no hits for Weber thus far.
Yeah, batting cleanup, like I said, number 24, Hadley Howell, a junior, batting .333. So far in the year, Daly will miss on the first one for a ball. Her first non-first pitch strike. Goes upstairs for another ball. So Howell jumps ahead early with a 2-0 count. Chopper over to second, little trouble with it, and McCall will have to give it back over to Kate. Runner on first here for Weber.
Hadley gives Weber some hope here in the first inning, hoping to turn things around.
As we take another CNR look at it, just it's in that awkward spot where it's not quite at the arm length. Ellie Nielsen now up for the Warriors. She's a junior.
In the cleanup position.
This one shot back to the dugout for a foul. Daly with another. This one low. Runner stays at first. Daly with the 1-1. Fouled back. Or down, I should say. No, I like the softball field. It's like everything over here in Pleasant View. Everything's built on a hill.
Right.
So you've got parking up there. You can sit in your car and sit down here and watch the game. This one gets straightened out to center field. So after the, oh, they say out. And second.
Oh.
Take a replay, see what we can see here on that one.
Yeah, I'm writing it down as
Let's try to catch
a
the
hit.
tail end of that, but
yeah, that's interesting. I thought she was safe enough that I looked away as well. So
the ball comes. We'll see if we can pause it and see if we can, because he's already calling her out there.
yeah, the players went into their dugouts.
She
But
looks
that's,
like
that's
she,
why you always throw.
she looks like she's on.
Yeah. I wonder if she got on. Again, I looked away, but did she get on and then maybe just step off
There
for
might
a
have
second?
been, yeah, it might have been like a
casual.
foot up.
Yes.
Ah.
You know how you slide and sometimes when you're standing up, you're not touching the base? Maybe it was something like that.
And just when Weber started to get on a roll, those strand runners on bases, and we'll go to the top of the second when we come back.
Let Academy Mortgage help you get into the home of your dreams. Give them a call today.
Great Basin Industrial has been building America with epic safety and quality since 2007, specializing in steel fabrication, machining, and paint. GBI engineers, ships, installs, and repairs a wide range of products. They design and build all steel and alloy work according to the highest industry standards. Let GBI help you get your project completed on time and on budget. If you're looking for work, join GBI's team for a great work environment, competitive pay, and benefits. Whether it's drinks or treats, get your fix at Soda Fix. In the mood for a burger and fries? Look no further than the Grill. They have plenty of mouth-watering options for everyone. Stop by for lunch or dinner and complete the meal with a tasty dessert.
Welcome back here to Weaver High School. Lady Bears softball taking on the Weaver Warriors. Lady Bears in the lead 2-0. Start of the second quarter. We'll start with number 30, McCall Maxfield, senior. Playing second baseman.
McCall's also signed to go to Snow College.
That one I didn't know about. This first pitch goes upstairs for a ball here from Kendall Strasburg, a sophomore here for Weaver, still in the circle for the Warriors.
I'll have to double check. That was earlier on. She could have switched to go somewhere else by now.
Tries to go for the corner. I'm not having it. Maxfield hitting the count. 2 balls, no strikes. There's another one from Kendall. This one popped straight up high and out of play. So 2-1 if you're looking to retire.
Yeah.
Or invest. Go see our friend there, Hootie Roach at Lincoln Financial. Swing and a miss. Hard cut. Here from McCall. That ties up the count of 2. But yes, Hootie Roach, Dusty Roach, however you know him by.
Say nobody knows him by Dusty, do they? His grandma.
Probably this one's fouled away down the third base line. How to play. Talk to him. He'll get you set up with a plan to get your dreams or goals met financial-wise there at Lincoln Financial. There's a shot. It's going to hit the fence. Dug out here at left, and a sliding double here for McCall. Good hustle play on J.C. Baker out here in left field. We'll go to the top of the order. Here for the Lady Bears with Kinley Toon. Kinley Nelson.
Too many Kinleys.
Too many Kinleys.
Or not enough. I guess it depends on how you look at it.
First pitch from Kendall is low and away for ball 1. So runner sitting on second is McCall Maxfield. Still no outs.
Kinley had a nice first at bat. Just a double up and over the infield.
Still shooting for that outside corner, and still a ball here from Kendall Strasburg. This one shot back, foul out of play. There's the 2-1 pitch. Again, low and away.
Again, Bears very patient. Good pitch selection.
And this one will miss as well. I believe that's the third walk here for Kendall this afternoon, putting 2 on for the Bears, no outs.
McCall stays on second, so that creates a force to 3.
Now we're up to the left fielder, Zoe Sorensen.
She ground out to the shortstop.
This one outside.
Looking to bunt.
Yeah, might as well, 2 on, no out.
So I've been watching some college games the last couple years, and you know what? They don't bunt that much, and I'm a little sad. I kind of like how you mix it up, and I don't know, got a couple tools in your belt. Basket catch.
Yeah. There's a catch, tag up, runner will advance over to third, chasing the first one back.
They were able to make the out, but McCall tagged up, advanced. That gives a point waiting to happen on third.
I believe that's Braylee Avner out here in center field. Watching it all the way to the ground.
And that's Bears' first out of the inning.
Next up will be the catcher, Haley Farnsworth. She's looking at 1 out. Again, McCall sitting here on third, ready to score. And Nelson over on first.
All right, having a runner on third is nice like that. There's no pressure. You know, if they can be busy looking over what's happening with the force between 1 and 2.
Yeah, you got to keep your head on a swivel. And
so Bob had a nice deep fly. She did fly out, but that also was they were able to tag up and score.
like to
Kinley advances to second. So the only force play would be to 1.
Here's a chopper just out of the reach of the third baseman.
Great
Howell,
hit.
little trouble with it. They're going to send 2 home. And just like that, Lady Bears put 2 more on the board. So with 1 out and a runner on second.
Yeah, great hit by Bob. Good running by the Lady Bears. Kinley rounded third. Calvin center. And why not? She's a fast runner. Little bobble here in left field. So the single turns into a double for Haley.
So speed up runner comes up on second. That's number 21, Lainey Norman, Jr. Carly Miller will be up next here for the Lady Bears. Up to bat. Still 1 out, 1 on.
McCall and Kinley both scoring. Just updating my list here. Carly had a great hit up and over the infield, landing in center field. Kind of that sweet spot.
Swing and a miss. Good cut by Miller. There's the first pitch strike here from Kendall. Second pitch here from Kendall will miss for a ball. Has a count of a 1. There's a chopper over the shortstop, able to get it. They're going to take that.
Oh, she's dive.
Ball's
Oh.
loose.
Oh, I kind of like her idea.
That was close.
If you just kind of distract her enough for Carly to be safe. But she went a little too far, and luckily for Bear River, Weaver dropped the ball.
So next up will be Kate Daly Miller on first. Laney on second still. First pitch, Dally watches the first pitch strike go by. They're from Kendall Strasburg.
Kate just had a little pop up and over the shortstop last time.
Goes for the inside corner. Misses that one for a ball. Tie count at 1. With only 1 out. Send this one back into the gap. Rolls out to center field. Laney goes home. Gets down and is safe.
Oh,
Runner still advancing. And after the dust settles, you got runners on first and third. With the runner scored off of Dally's hit. Speed Up runner will come in for her at first.
nice hit. Again, just up and over the infield, dropping in there. Little crow hop from center field, trying to get that run at home and wasn't able to do it.
That was a good strong throw going back to home.
Right. Well, I love that she was decisive. She knew if she was going to get it, that's where she was going to go. So good base running, and as well good play by Weber. It just didn't work out.
Kinley Toon now up for the Lady Bears, still with only one out. Runners on first and third, and Kendall, first pitch strike again. Runner advances over to second.
KJ was a walk her first time.
This one going inside. Again, your speed up runner that's on second now is number 31, Ashley Warren, sophomore. Here's Chopper, stays in the infield, gets the out at first. Runner will score. Lady Bears in the lead, 6-0. 2 outs. And Warren still sitting on second. Up next for the Lady Bears, number 4, Bailey Sorensen Jr. Kendall with a pitch. This one fouled back away and out of play. This one too high for ball.
Bailey took her to a full count last inning. Probably trying to do the same this inning.
I was gonna say we're on our way there. She watches that one go by for another ball. This one too high. Like to think Academy Mortgage. They can help you out with a refinance or a mortgage. Their Academy Mortgage. This one dies quickly. A lot of backspin on this one. And out of first.
Whew. Good play by the catcher. Those are tough. Usually, you can tell when they're going to bunt, and that was just kind of a power bunt. She didn't mean to do that with a nice backspin on it, so well played by Weber.
Yeah, quick to get it. Quick on the throw. And the Lady Bears add a little bit more to the lead. They're in the top of the second. 6-0 when we come back for the bottom half of inning number 2 here at Weber High School.
Think of Greer's Hardware for all your spring cleaning needs. Whether your project is inside or outside, they have you covered.
Lincoln Financial specializes in estate, investment, and retirement planning, as well as business benefits. At Lincoln, they are totally impartial, comb through different options to create financial products that a person needs. Lincoln Financial, big city service, small town care.
Rudd Funeral Home is there to serve your family in your time of need.
Call Jenny Goring at American Secure Title, and she'll provide you with a legacy of service for all your title and escrow needs.
Welcome back here to Weaver High School. Still in the circle here for the Lady Bears. In the bottom of the second, Kate Daly. Leading us off here for the Warriors, number 19, Allison Hughes, a senior. Watches the first one go by, low for ball from Kate Daly. Kate winds up this one too high even for Bob. So Hughes up ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Again, I'd like to thank Frank Mace-Cadu for being our strikeout sponsor once again this year. Daly straightens that one out, but misses outside for ball. So 3 straight. Hughes making Daly pitch him where she wants him. And the first walk here from Kate Daly. Trying to go for the inside corner.
Next is Braylee Avner.
Center fielder Braylee Avner. She's a junior for Weaver. She'll be the next one up. Looking at no outs, 1 on. Daly with the first pitch, looking to bunt, and foul ball. Again, springtime, a good time to get a yard in. Our friends there at Chanshare Sod Farms there to help, or get some watering tips on what we hope is not gonna be a drought, but
A worse drought. you
winter
mean?
winter didn't do us any favors. This one's fouled. So it rolls back behind home plate.
They do have some drought tolerant turf, though. If you ask them about that, they can give you all the information.
Got all the answers there at Chanshare Sod Farms. You're looking for a job, West Liberty Foods is hiring all 3 shifts. Benefits. And I might be wrong, but you might get those benefits right when you start. You don't have to do your probationary period there at West Liberty Foods.
Oh, that's nice.
Swing and a miss, and a Frank Mace-Cadu strikeout here for Kate Daly. Get out number 1 here in the bottom half of the inning. Still with a runner on first here for Weaver.
Yes, we're just at the bottom of 2, so early still.
And the pitcher,
Eden Jensen, it's
oh,
22.
never mind, 22, Eden Jensen. Has the first strike here from Daly. Jensen is a sophomore batting .400. Misses on this one. That ties the count up a 1. Gets this one back over to Daly. Sent over to second. Trying to go for the double play. We'll get the out at second. So 2 outs and a runner on first still here for Weaver.
Great heads-up play, though. She knew she didn't want to lose the force there, so picked it up. Quick turn to second. Great job.
Number 2, now the pitcher.
Now we have the pitcher, Kendall Strasburg, a sophomore here for Weaver. Up to bat, looking at 2 outs and a runner on first. Runner goes second. This ball gets behind.
So 2 outs, trying to get their runner over into scoring position.
Ooh, swing and a miss. Good cut here from Kendall. Ties the count 1. fouled back to the right field fence.
One on, 2 outs.
Dally with the 1-2 pitch. Chopped foul down the first baseline again. I'd like to thank Rudd's Funeral Home for being a sponsor here for Bearver Live and Bearver Athletics. They do a lot of cool things there. Get to that here in a minute as Dalley's pitch goes low and the runner will advance to third. So now on third base, Eden Jensen stands, ready to score here for Weaver. But no, if you do the cremation, they can take those ashes and put them in jewelry, stuff like that. But you didn't know that.
I did not. That's interesting.
And their first strike, and another Frank Maskadoo strike out to strand a runner on third. And the Lady Bears keeping the Warriors off the board. It's a 6-0 lead going to the top of the third, and we will be right back.
The Pine Up sells more than just hot rolls and donuts. They offer a full breakfast and lunch menu Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Breakfast is also served on Saturdays from 7 until noon. Try some deliciousness today. Want to work for a great company? Then check out West Liberty Foods in Tremonton. They are currently hiring with open positions in the warehouse, machine operators, and general production. Pay is $15.85 entry level on first shift and $17.35 entry level on second shift. Higher rates are available for warehouse and machine operators. Apply today.
At IPG, we take pride in being a global leader in protective packaging. In Tremonton, we manufacture shrink film, stretch film, and air pillows. We strive to be the best at what we do in all aspects of the job. Look us up on the web at itape.com. That's the letter I, tape.com.
Welcome back here to Weaver High School. Top of the third inning, Bears in the lead, 6-0. Leading us off is Jordan Warren, a senior, batting .375.
She had a nice little drive to third base last time that was caught. So I think she's looking to get it past third base this time.
Still in the circle here for the Warriors, Kendall Strasburg, sophomore. First pitch, Warren will foul it back to the backstop. Strasburg with another. Right down the middle for strike two. I'd like to thank BRV News, the Valley Headliner, your true local news here in the Valley. This one chopped up into the gap, rolls out to center field, and an easy on here for the Lady Bears, Jordan Warren.
That puts her batting .500. She'll be followed by number 30, McCall Maxfield. She had a strong hit last time. Here to left field, got a double.
Here's a big hit out to center and denied at the fence.
Yeah, she probably could have took one more step back into the warning track, but was able to snag that one.
Good catch again by number 8, Braylee Abner. So we take our CNR look at it. And probably just 2 feet short of going over.
Yeah, no, that was a good hit. Even with the wind, wasn't able to get it.
Kinley Nelson now. Swings at that one, that's a strike.
Kinley started off with a double. Got a walk next time around.
There's a drooper that stays in the dirt. Get the out at second. So 2 gone here for the Lady Bears. Still a runner on first. Zoe Sorensen now stepping in.
Zoe, our senior left fielder, ground out and then flew out.
First pitch outside here from Strasburg.
So 2 outs for the Bears, nobody on. I take that back. Kinley's on first.
Correct.
2 outs, 1 on.
Inside. Nelson goes, gets down, overthrown.
Oh, get back. Oh. Oh.
And there's the out call. He said out, right?
He said out, and now they're acting like he's not out.
I'll take a look at the CNR replay. It looks like the ump that's right there at second holds the out. Or maybe he's calling time.
Oh, maybe he did call time. That's probably what it was. Because I don't think she moved off. The girl fell on top of her, so she wasn't off the bag.
So Nelson is on second now.
Zoe's still in the box.
There's another pitch to her, this one outside by Kendall. So for the count, I got a 3-0 count. And this will be a walk.
Looking to go to second. Deciding not to.
Yeah, the ball gets all the way back to the backstop, so Nelson will move to third.
Yep, even on a walk, you can still advance. Of course, you do it at your own risk. You could possibly get out, but good call, good running.
Haley Farnsworth back up to the plate here for the Lady Bears.
She's batting .500 this game. Flew out and then a single.
Runner goes second. Gets there.
And that's exactly what the Bears wanted to happen.
And in the process, you get focused over there on second. Nelson sneaks in there for another run here for the Bears.
Yep, that's a tough one. You just kind of have to let her take second, or you risk losing that run.
Sure, knee-jerk reaction.
Right. Again, just up and over the infield.
Let her roll to her.
Zoe's round on third, able to score. And a nice single RBI for Bob.
Speed-up runner will come in for Haley on first. Last time that was number 21, Laney Norman Jr. here for the Bears. Lady Bears with the 8-0 lead. We like to thank Greer's Do Best Hardware, getting your honeydew list done this spring. Getting your supplies you need, and maybe the questions answered by Tom and his team.
And if you're one of their club members, they send you like $5 coupons. I got one just the other day.
Ooh.
Perfect timing. I went in to buy a can of spray paint. So it was basically half price. So give him your phone number. Get in the club.
There's no reason to say no to free money.
No.
Carly Miller watches the first pitch go by as a ball here from Kendall Strasburg.
Carly, 2 singles today.
In there for a strike on the second here by Kendall. This one foul down the third baseline. And with the 1-2, swung on, back to the shortstop, gets through. Left fielder able to stop it.
So 3 singles for Carly. Great job. And good base running by the Bears. She's not forced. So was smart, stayed there.
Kid Daly steps up. Baker out here in left field did a good job digging it out of the grass.
Right, again, the Weaver really doesn't have a lot of errors. Bears are just finding the gaps.
Out in the first strike here from Strasburg.
Kate also having 2 singles. So Bears doing a good job getting some hits, moving runners around.
This one sails high for a ball. This one staying in the dirt. Shortstop able to get this one over to first and out. Number 3. Olivia Boswell, sophomore here for Weaver. Stops the bleeding. Lady Bears put more runs on. They have the lead 8-0.
He's gonna have you do Twisted Sugar, but give me a warning that it's not working.
We will be back for the bottom half of inning number 3 when we come back.
Soup's on at the grill Monday through Saturday. With a new tasty soup every day, you can pick up lunch or dinner all week long. Find out which flavor is your favorite by picking up a small bowl for $3.99 or make it a large for $5.99.
We are farmers.
Whether you're buying or selling, let the dedicated professionals at Caldwell Banker help you save time and money.
Bottom.
Welcome back into the bottom half of inning number 3. We'll start off with J.C. Baker, a sophomore here for Weaver, and a change in the circle here for the Lady Bears. Jordan Warren will take over. After Daly got, I think, 3 punch-outs.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4. Frank
2
Mace,
Ks, 2 backward Ks.
4 Frank Mace-Cadu strikeouts. And also on third base, substitution here for the Lady Bears, bringing in number 14, Jandy Hershey, senior. I'll check the paperwork on all the movement. I think that's all that had changed.
It looks like KJ's still on first. Fielder's the same. Top of 3, Bears with an 8-0 lead. Or excuse me, bottom of 3, Bears 8-0 lead.
Yeah, we don't have too many away games here for Lady Bears softball. We'll have the away game against Ridgeline, I think, on our schedule. Warren with her first pitch, goes high for ball. Baker showed bunt, or Barker, excuse me.
Yes, there's lots going on besides softball, so you'll be doing lacrosse, baseball,
Softball and soccer.
soccer. That was the other one I couldn't think of.
This one misses as well for ball here from Warren. Yeah, we'll have a first double duty on Wednesday. We'll have baseball against Woods Cross, then we'll move over to lacrosse that evening. This one popped up back to the backstop. That evening, I think lacrosse will host Bonneville. So we'll have both of them for y'all in one day. That's all thanks to these wonderful sponsors. Warren with the 2-1, tries to get back into this one. Going to fall a little further behind. 3 balls, 1 strike now. And this one will miss. First batter up for Weber, and a first walk here for Jordan Warren.
Well, that's her first batter. She's just getting warmed up.
Olivia Boswell up next here for the Warriors.
Now we're back to the top of the lineup.
Senior shortstop. Warren with that one. Runner goes second. Lost the ball behind the catcher. So runner will advance easily. Barker on second now. No outs. Boswell ahead. 1 ball, no strikes. Warren with the pitch. This one bunted foul.
Boswell 0 for 1 at the plate.
Pulls back the bunt. There's a strike here from Warren. A 1-2 count. The runner on second pulls the chain on this one. It floats up high for a ball. Ties the count up at 2. Parker still on second. This one fouled back to the backstop.
Boswell trying to make something happen. No outs for Weber.
No outs. The runner on second. Good opportunity to get on the board. This one rolls past the catcher, and runner will advance to third. So Parker now standing on third in scoring position. And we move to a full count. And this one will miss. Second walk here for Warren. 2 up and 2 on for Weber.
So runners on the corners.
Another senior here for Weber, Kennedy Johnson. The field's wide open, again with runners on the corners.
She's also 0 for 1 at the plate.
She'll bunt, and this one rolls foul.
Bunt is a great idea in this situation.
Warren with the pitch, another bunt try, another foul. Wonder now if it's swing away time. So an 0-2 count.
Yes, if you have 2 strikes on you and you miss your next bunt, you're out.
This one goes outside, runner advances to second.
And again, you got to let her have that. It's not worth giving up a run for.
So Boswell on second. Barker on third, and a swing and a miss, and a first Frank Maskadoo strikeout here for Jordan Warren this afternoon.
And the first out. 2 on, 1 out. Hadley Howe coming to the plate.
Third
She's able to
baseman.
get on for error on second base.
Tries for the up and away corner. Missed that one. This one popped up high and out of play. So tie count at the plate, 1-1, 1 out. Boswell on second, Barker on third, Warren with the pitch. This one looks good, just misses, and this one's overthrown. And the runner will score here for Weaver. As the Bears lose the shutout, Barker goes in, Boswell standing on third now. I think we got a 2-1 count. Pulls the chain on this one, it floats up high for another ball. Only one gone, Weaver in scoring position again.
Yeah, 1 on, 1 out. And as you said, they've changed the goose egg to a nice one.
And a third walk here for Jordan Warren. So Howell is on first now.
Again, runners on the corners.
Lady Bears want to calm things down a little bit, get a game plan. Coach Bingham comes out here to the circle. Great Basin Industrial is looking for welders and laborers. They're in Plymouth. I'd like to thank them for being a sponsor here for Bear River Live and Bear River Athletics. So this game was supposed to take place right before you went down to St. George.
Which is also a little unheard of.
Yeah,
So
usually you catch a team on the way down where it's
right, exactly.
warmer, but
Yeah, we've tried to stop in Cedar City before. Sometimes that's worked. Sometimes it's been a blizzard that we couldn't get off the road. But it's nice that we can reschedule.
you also have a rescheduled game next week, Taylorsville.
Which is one thing I love about Bear River. They run a pretty full schedule. In the spring, they're always busy, but they always try to get the toughest teams that they can.
Bingham,
So-
Bingham being one of them. You always play them.
Yes, we always play Bingham. You've got Harriman, you've got Spanish Fork and Tooele. Try to get the heavy hitters. Both of those have moved up.
Warren gets that one in there for a strike. Ties the count up at 1. Your batter is number 11, Ellie Nilsson, sophomore. Here for the Warriors. Smacked into the gap, right down the middle. Runner scores here for Weaver. And 2 are on still. Here for the Warriors. There's an RBI for Nielsen. Allison Hughes, the senior, up next here for Weaver. They're starting to get on a roll now. First pitch strike here from Warren.
They are 2 on, only 1 out.
Pulls the chain on that one, and it just drops a little bit too low.
Yeah, just misses. Just misses.
This one fouled away. I'd like to thank our friends there at SodaFix. You can always go get your fix at SodaFix.
Several times a day if you need.
Oh, it's happened. This one misses. I think he had a speed up runner come in on first, actually. Number 7, Isabella Bird, taking over on first. Here's another pitch by Warren. This one popped up high, still playable until the wind takes it on top of the dugout.
Jandy does a good job tracking that all the way to the fence.
Lady Bears looking to repeat from last year's state tournament championship run. Gets this one straightened out, but right against the wind, that ball will die. Get out number 2. Kentley 2 with the fly out. Get out number 2.
So finally a second out. Bears just need to get one more.
Center fielder Braylee Abner now up for the Warriors and fouls this one out of play. Still with 2 on, 2 outs. And an 0-1 count at the plate. This one low by Warren. Ties the count up at 1. About that time you start thinking about dinner, don't want to cook, well, that's what the grill's here for. Go out there for dine-in or takeout. Fouled back to the backstop.
You know, I was just thinking about dinner. I said I should stop at Maddox on the way home, but they're not even open today.
Ooh.
So I might as well just call because I love the chicken cordon bleu soup.
And I like the chicken cordon bleu sandwich.
Is what they have at the grill on Mondays.
Swing and a miss, and a Frank Mason strikeout here from Jordan Warren.
So Jordan was able to get 2 strikeouts.
Yeah. Not too bad, but
nice.
Weaver gets on the board.
Yes, we did give up 2 runs.
Lady Bears will regroup and drive for the top of the 4th, and at Twisted Sugar, They have 18 flavors
All the time.
all the time, but they also have monthly flavors, and this month is Peanut Butter Cup and Mint Madness. They're located in the same parking lot as Greer's Do It Best Hardware. There's your cookies right there. Bears still lead 8-2. We go to the top of the fourth when we come back.
At IPG, we take pride in being a global leader in protective packaging. IPG Tremont has won the Industry Week magazine's Best Plants Award twice. How can we achieve this? It's our people. With top pay and self-paced promotions, IPG is a place you can get ahead. Excellent benefits like low healthcare premiums, low deductibles, 401k match, and free life insurance. The plant is warm in the winter and air-conditioned in the summer. Uniforms or smocks are not required. Wear what you like. Come join a winning team with all the values you care about. Come work with us at IPG. Stop in anytime or look us up on the web at itape.com.
And welcome back here to Weber High School. First pitch high for a ball. Still in the circle for the Warriors. Number 2, Kendall Strasburg. And Kinley Toon starting us off here in the top of the fourth. Bears in lead 8-2.
KJ with a walk, and then she ground out.
Got that start, but I missed the first, so.
So we are 1-1 here at the plate. This one dies into the ground for ball 2. Top of the fourth. This one high from Kendall. So a 3-1 count. Now at the plate. And there for a strike. Pushes it to a full count. Again, Strasburg, a sophomore here for Weber. She'll be around for a while.
Yeah, she'll be a good one.
This one dropped over the shortstop and out number 1. Boswell will scoop that one up. Get out number 1.
That's what I was going to say. Great movement. Went right to the ball. Nice throw. Well played by Weber.
Bailey Sorensen up next here for the Lady Bears.
She started off with a walk.
Not waiting for this one, as this one is out.
Good adjustment right there to make that happen for Weber.
Yeah, first baseman keeping the foot down.
She'll be followed by Jordan Warren.
This pitch high.
1 for 2 at the plate. Drive out and then a nice single.
Kendall in there for a strike. Ties the count up a 1. Your one-stop shop, Kent's Market, has got you covered. Bakery, deli, pharmacy. And a swing and a miss from Warren, and punch. Nope, that's only 2. Amy.
Yeah, just 2.
That's only 2.
That's
Calm
right.
down.
Okay, I only have 2 written down here, but
Oh, brother.
Weber was pretty excited about it.
Kendall.
Too high.
I'll get that one high for ball. Got too busy thinking about the grocery list. I need to check off there at Kent's Market.
Yes, best meat, best fruit around. We used to have some girls come out of town to play softball with us, and during practice their moms would go to the store and get those 2 items because you can't beat either of those.
The Full count pitch will miss, low and inside, and a walk. Warren will take her base at first. Speeder runner will come in for her actually. Looks like number 25, Aubrey Fry, freshman.
Aubrey Fry. From basketball, Aubrey Fry?
From basketball, that same Aubrey Fry. Call Maxville.
I'll put my plug in for kids playing multiple sports. I think it's the way to go.
Popped up high, and the wind will take it out of play.
So McCall had a great hit first time around for a double, and that had a nice deep hit, but was caught in center field. So she's 1 for 2 at the plate.
Straightens this one out, just on the fringe. And the fly out caught by Boswell. Leaves Fry stranded. And a quick top of inning number 4 will go to the bottom half when we come back.
Whether it's drinks or treats, get your fix at Soda Fix.
We are farmers.
From home theaters, to lights, to security systems, and more, Advanced Integrated Systems specializes in simple, easy-to-use systems that enhance people's lives. Control all your devices and systems in one easy-to-use platform. Advanced Integrated Systems. Technology is the future. Control it.
I'd like to welcome you back here to Weber High School. Again, your advanced broadcast of Barber Softball is brought to you by Advanced Integrated Systems. Bears with the lead 8-2. Weber able to get on the board that last inning. Try to keep things rolling, and we'll start off with number 22, Eden Jensen, sophomore. Here for Weber, still in the circle here for the Lady Bears, number 19, Jordan Warren. Senior year for her.
Jensen 0 for 1 at the plate.
And we'd like to thank the Pitum for being a great sponsor. Their dinner is actually this weekend.
Sounds delicious.
From 5 to 8.
Without even knowing what it is, I think it sounds delicious.
Well, you got the usual lineup, usual menu to pick from. You got your prime rib. For appetizers, you got artichoke dip, mozzarella sticks, quesadilla. You got salmon, grilled lemon pepper chicken.
So if you feel like going out, you can go out. If you want to just pick it up and bring it home, you could do that too.
You give them a call, 257-3947, or message them on Facebook. They're at the Bartiel Steakhouse. Not waiting around for this one. Fielded at second over to first for a quick out number 1. Call Maxville over to Tune.
1 pitch, 1 out. That's what we like to see.
Seen our replay. Just a routine out of first. Kendall Strasburg now the box here for Weber. Watches the first pitch go by as a ball here from Warren.
Kendall 0 for 1 at the plate.
Tries to frame that one up, but it's still low. All 2 here from Warren. Finds a zone on that one. There's a first strike. Here against Kendall from Warren. Warren with another one, and Kendall sends this one for a ride. It looks like it'll be foul territory, out of bounds, out of play.
Ties it up 2-2.
This one drops low for a ball. Full count. Here to Kendall. Warren with the pitch. This one fouled away. And the battle will continue.
Ooh.
Tries to straighten this one out. It might get to the corner. Nope, it's going to be foul.
Couple good connections, nothing fair.
It's crazy to me that it's landing foul because the wind's coming from that direction.
Right.
It should be blowing that one back in fair. So another gust picks up. Here's Warren with the pitch. Straightens that one out just a little bit. This one's playable, and Miller with the fly out, route number 2.
Two up, 2 out. Kendall will be followed by number 6, J.C. Baker.
My roster says Barker.
Barker.
Doing a good job out in left. Sophomore here for Weber.
We love you either way, JC, whatever your name is.
Good eye with the first pitch ball here from Warren.
JC walked her first time at bat.
She was the first run in.
She is. She was the first point on the board.
And the first strike here from Warren ties the count back up to 1. Another ball from Warren. She falls behind 2-1. Here's another pitch. This one hit up high. Not going to leave the dirt. And McCall with the catch. So they go down in order there for Weber. Seeing our replay look. Again, Maxfield with the catch. Still 8-2. We'll go to the top of the 5th when we come back.
Do you or someone you love have a birthday coming up? Looking for a fun way to make it special? Then stop by the Pie Dump. They have a delicious cake for you and will even sing you a happy birthday song.
Whether you're buying or selling, let the dedicated professionals at Caldwell Banker help you save time and money.
Call Jenny Goring at American Secure Title, and she'll provide you with a legacy of service for all your title and escrow needs. Think of Greer's Hardware for all your spring cleaning needs. Whether your project is inside or outside, they have you covered.
Let Academy Mortgage help you get into the home of your dreams. Give them a call today.
Rudd Funeral Home is there to serve your family in your time of need.
Welcome back here to Weber High School. Lady Bears with an 8-2 lead, top of the fifth. Still in the circle here for Weber is Kendall Strasburg.
Kinley doing a great job for the Bears.
Not waiting for this one. It's popped up and Hal with the catch.
That's her first time. That's brings her 3 for 4 at the plate. A single, a double, a walk, and then unfortunately a fly out. She'll be followed by number 16, left fielder Zoe Sorensen.
Kendall in there with the strike.
Zoe with a ground out, fly out, and walked and was able to score.
This one, over to Boswell. And over to first. The routine. Out number 2.
So 2 up, 2 out. Weber looking good.
Allison Hughes on first.
Zoe will be followed by Haley Bob. Oh.
And a change up in the lineup. Patton left-handed.
23 is Bella Douglas.
Bella Douglas will be up next here for the Bears. So this is a substitution here for the Bears.
Well, Bob had done a good job. She did fly out, but it was a deep fly out, able to score on that one. And then 2 singles following that. So she had a great time at the plate. Bella, I believe, is just a freshman, so trying to mix the lineup a little bit. Mix up the lineup a little bit.
First time up to bat this afternoon. Kendall gives her an outside pitch. She doesn't chase. Ball 1. Kendall about the same spot, same result, ball 2. If you're looking for embroidery or screen printing, custom logos, whatever you got there, Cover Up can do that. Main Street in Tremont or Main Street in Brigham City.
We had them do a couple things for us last year for the softball girls for the banquet, and they turned out beautifully.
What was your turnover rate with that? First strike from Kendall.
It was pretty quick. We actually had them do some pillowcases that matched some quilts that we had done earlier. And so as each of the parents went in and said what they wanted to have on there, I would say within, again, we were kind of waiting on parents for what they wanted to do, maybe 3 or 4 days.
That's what we like about Cover Up. Do good work and they do it fast.
They did. And they work well. The Tremont and Brigham stores, they work well together.
Carly Miller up now after the walk. And a runner will advance to second. This ball gets past the catcher.
Carly also looking good at the plate today. 3 singles. Her second one was a fielder's choice. And she was able to score 2 or 3 of those times.
First 2 pitches a ball. Kendall with another.
Nice.
There's a good hit. Poke out to left field. Runner goes home and is safe. Try to catch Miller at second. She's safe there as well. So another run scored. An RBI double from Miller.
Yes, that was a nice solid hit, just not far off the line. Great throw from left field, was cut off by the pitcher. That run had already scored, so trying to catch Carly at second, and she's too fast.
Jandy Hershey with her first time up to bat now. Watches the first pitch go high for a ball from Strasburg. No outs, and Miller on second. Bears lead now, 9-2. That one in there for a strike.
So
Here from
Jandy,
Kendall.
also a senior, checked in on third base when Warren came to pitch.
Strasburg rises high for another ball. Inside corner. Getting low and inside for that. So a 3-1 count. You're in the top of the fifth. This one sails with the backstop. Runner advances to third on the walk. So runners on the corners. Looks like we'll go to another freshman here for the Lady Bears, Emma Harrow.
Oh, Emma Harrow, also a pitcher.
Harrow, excuse me.
She got a brother on the baseball team.
Mm-hmm.
Harrow, a well-known name here in
Yes, well, when you talk
baseball.
about Kents, you have to talk about the Harrows. And of course, baseball. Before Keith retired, very generous. He was very generous with lots of organizations and what Kents could do for him. And his sons just as much, so good people.
A little meeting on in the circle here for Weaver. Kendall still in the circle. Miller standing on third here for the Lady Bears, and Hershey on first. Kendall with the pitch, Emma with the take for the first strike. This one will miss for a ball. That's the count of a 1. Intertape Polymer Group hiring. Competitive pay. Great benefits. And this one out of play. Foul ball. Strasburg with the 1-1. Ooh, changeup. Caught her swinging.
That off speed's tough.
We were off on our count, but strikeout nonetheless. Strandon, Miller, and Hershey.
She had the take, the foul ball, and then the swing.
That's all she wrote for the top of the fifth. We'll be back for the bottom half when we come back.
Great Basin Industrial has been building America with epic safety and quality since 2007, specializing in steel fabrication, machining, and paint. GBI engineers, ships, installs, and repairs a wide range of products. They design and build all steel and alloy work according to the highest industry standards. Let GBI help you get your project completed on time and on budget. If you're looking for work, join GBI's team for a great work environment, competitive pay, and benefits.
Kent's is your one-stop shop for fresh produce, bakery items, deli, and meat. Stop by today for fast, friendly service.
Call Jenny Goring at American Secure Title, and she'll provide you with a legacy of service for all your title and escrow needs. Think of Greer's Hardware for all your spring cleaning needs. Whether your project is inside or outside, they have you covered.
Welcome back here to Weaver High School. Lady Bears softball action. A 9-2 lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Top of the order here for Weaver as we got Jordan Warren still in the circle here for the Lady Bears. Olivia Boswell with a good eye. Watches that one goes for the outside corner for ball.
She had a strikeout her first plate appearance and then walked and was able to score on her next.
Slap down, shortstop, sent over to first. And the throw, not in time. Runner on here for Weaver.
Yeah, strong start for Weaver.
Boswell showing off some speed.
And that's why you put her as lead batter.
Kennedy Johnson, the senior, here for the Warriors.
She's 0 for 2 at the plate today.
Looks to bunt, and it goes foul.
Hershey with a good read on that.
Warren again, there's the 0-1 on a bunt, runner goes. They'll get the out of first. And Boswell gets back. On second. One gone, one on here for Weaver.
Yeah, that's a great bunt. Move the runner just like you're supposed to.
Next up, number 24, Hadley Howell Jr., third baseman here for Weaver. Sends this one, tries to squeeze it past the shortstop. Able to scoop it up, and they try to fake the throw to first, fake the camera guy out, and that'll advance Boswell over to third.
Okay, so that's a great choice right there. Taya could see that the runner she probably couldn't get the runner. Did little fake throws, trying to get this girl in a pickle. It was just dropped early on, so well played by Town.
Ellie Nielsen now looking at 2 on, 1 out. First pitch misses. Runner advances to second. And like you said earlier, you just let him have that one.
Right.
Weaver now locked and loaded in scoring position. On third and second.
And only the 1 out, sacrifice bunt.
Warren with a pitch. And this one misses high for ball. So 2-0 count.
Ellie's hit both grounders up the middle. Her first 2 times at bat. She's the one they called out on second that we were a little confused by. And then she had a nice single, same place, second time.
3 straight balls here from Warner. Boswell on third. And the inside pitch in there for a strike.
She was heading down the baseline.
Howell on second as well for Weaver. Changeup.
Good comeback. Ties the count. Well, doesn't tie it up, but full count.
And we'll miss with that one and load them up. Boswell on third. Howell on second. Now Nielsen on first. And a timeout called by Coach Bingham. And Warren will be done this afternoon. Looks like we'll give it back to Kate Dahlia to finish it off. Finish what she started. Once again, we'd like to thank Academy Mortgage, helping you out with refinance or a mortgage that you might need. Because Tremont's booming.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe a little bit too much
Houses
for some
everywhere.
people.
Yeah. Houses everywhere.
So Dahlia's already got 4 punch outs here this afternoon. I think Warren had 2.
Yes, 2 is what I have.
Looks like bases will be loaded. Only 1 out. And the first one up will be Allison Hughes. Senior here for Weaver.
Who walked, and then she had that little pop up to KJ. So she's looking to get on. I think Bears will go back to their regular starting lineup. Jordan will go back to third. Kate back in the circle, as you said.
Oh, I think Hershey is actually gone. I think Warren's going to go over to third.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you said?
Yep. Yep, we'll go back to the original lineup. It's all good.
It's all good. Bears up 9-2. Continuing play in the bottom of the 5th. Bases loaded, 1 out. Dahlia with the pitch. In there for strike. Hughes with a good eye. This one drops low for a ball. Another one goes high here by Kate. Falls behind in the count. 2-1. Holds back on the swing, and another good eye by Hughes. Another ball here from Dahlia. And a walk. As they move around, run comes in here for Weaver.
So bases loaded. Again, only one away.
Next up, number 8. Braylee Avner, center fielder here for Weaver. First pitch from Kate. Tries to go inside. Finds it a little bit low for ball 1. Hughes stands on third now. Looking to score here for Weaver. Excuse me, that's Howe. Hughes is on first. Right back to Dallison, right back to the catcher. Gets the out there, and safe. Ooh,
And
you called
get
her
the double
out.
play, yes.
Very nice. As we'll take a CNR replay look.
Okay, and that was the exact right play. Bases loaded, you do the 2 forces. So, well done.
Getting out of a jam, only allowed 1 run on a walk. 9-3, top of the 6th. We go here at Weaver High School. Be right back.
Want to work for a great company? Then check out West Liberty Foods in Tremonton. They are currently hiring with open positions in the warehouse, machine operators, and general production. Pay is $15.85 entry level on first shift and $17.35 entry level on second shift. Higher rates are available for warehouse and machine operators. Apply today. The grill has a wide variety of homemade appetizers. Can't decide what to get? Then build an appetizer combo. No matter what you're craving, the grill has you covered.
Welcome back here to Weaver High School. We got a pitching change here for Weaver in the circle now. Taking over, number 5, Olivia Boswell, sophomore as well. Here for Weaver, taking over for Kendall Strasburg. Yeah, first time at the plate will be number 25, Aubrey Fry. She's a freshman.
She's been doing some running, and now she'll try some hitting.
And again, big thanks to our sponsors, Rudd Funeral Homes. On your screen right now.
Joe and Josh really do a great job. They really do a great job.
One of those things you don't want to have to go through, but you got good people like that, they make it a little bit easier.
Yep, easy to work with, very accommodating. They made it pretty simple.
Batter up here with Aubrey Fry. First pitch here from Boswell will be hit, and it'll drop, and Fry way too fast.
Oh. Kind of a little blooper, again with a little backspin, and she's easily safe.
Yeah, this one drops here in the infield. Then you see just the blur of Fry come across your screen.
19.
Beating the throw. Next up will be number 19, Jordan Warren. Up to bat with the good eye. First pitch, ball. Here from Boswell. Boswell goes outside for another ball. Off speed, drops out of the zone. So Warren way ahead in the count, 3-0, no outs. Aubrey Fry on first. Boswell with a pitch. Still looking for that zone. That'll be her first walk.
Call next field.
No outs, 2 runners on. McCall back at the plate. She started off with a double and then 2 flyouts.
Boswell misses on the first one. Call slaps this over to the shortstop, fielded, and safe.
Oh!
The ball runs, or the ball falls out of the glove. Runner scores. And runner advance, or
Right. Instead of going to third,
Yeah.
shortstop went to second, which is interesting. I don't know if she was thinking about throwing a double on that one, but went to second instead of third, and just a little bobble. Maybe they're talking to see if it was a transfer. And they do call her out, so that's what I think it was. I think they were thinking, let's do a double play, so she just bobbled it, dropped it on the transfer, and that still gives you the out, or gives them the out.
So runner still scores here for the Lady Bears, extends the lead, 10-3. And that's only 1 out. Fry scores scores. That last time out. First pitch from Boswell in there, inside for a ball. Top of the order here with Kinley Nelson, senior. Speed up runner now comes in and take over for McCall first. And first time we're going to call Kendall Archibald's name, freshman, taking over on first.
Kinley 3 for 4 at the plate.
And this one gets past everybody into the grass.
And she keeps up her good hitting streak.
So seeing our replay. Again, this one just bounces right past shortstop and second baseman. 2 on, 1 out. This one fouled away. This is Zoe Sorensen. Just off the tip of her bat.
Zoe looking to find a gap shot right here.
Off speed, in there for a strike from number 5, Olivia Boswell. This one going to get
There it
past first
is.
baseman, into the gap, runner rounds. And
Right.
Archibald will score on that run. And after the dust settles, Nelson stands on third, ready to score again here for the Lady Bears. And runner on first.
For 6.
Georgia Mattinson, first time in the box. Takes the first pitch strike here from Boswell. Mattinson, a sophomore. Here for the Lady Bears. Runner goes second. They let her have that one. Sorensen standing on second. Nelson on third. Mattinson at the plate. Fouls this one back to the backstop. I'd like to thank KSLSports.com. Keep up on your bracket, Amy. Or at KSLSports.com. They got an app. Makes it even easier.
Even easier. That's cool.
Boswell winds up, throws this one in there. This one misses. Try to get her at third, but Nelson already there.
So runners on second and third.
And the 2-1 in the dirt. Georgia Mattinson has got it to a full count. Boswell with the pitch, swing and a miss. So foul. Just got a little bit of it.
Yes, that's all she needed. Just a little piece.
Catcher coming up a little bit banged up. We'll have a Miller medical moment. Might have got her on the hand. On the back swing. Well, we'll take a break tomorrow, then we'll be hard at it with Bear River Baseball. They'll host the Woods Cross Wildcats. And then later that night, Boys Across looking for their first win against Bonneville. Another good 5A team. And then the rest of the week, it's all Lady Bears. We'll have the rivalry game over at Box Elder on Thursday, and Friday at home against the Farmington Phoenix. So Lady Bears try to keep on rolling through their season.
Yes, busy. You guys are going to be doing stuff every night. It's nice to get outside, though. Get outside, enjoy the sunshine.
Yeah.
Lots of good teams to support.
So we might have just announced number 10 will take over in the catcher position. Alea Reese, a freshman here for the Warriors. She'll take a couple practice throws. Hey, looking to get covered with insurance. It's kind of an important thing. Our friend Jared Summers at Farmers Insurance get you covered for auto, home, and life.
Yeah, kind of a big deal. I'm sure you can get a free quote. It doesn't hurt to check and see where you're at.
Exactly. Checking rates is the name of the game.
Yes. Often. I think you should do it at least yearly.
So to reset, Lady Bears have 2 on, 1 out. Nelson stands on third.
Zoe's on second.
Zoe Sorensen on second.
If both of those runners got in, that would put the Bears up by 10.
Still at the plate is number 6, Georgia Mattinson. It's got a full count. Stayed alive with that foul ball, but I think that's what injured the catcher. Hopefully it's nothing too bad as they have a game tomorrow afternoon.
Right.
Taking on the Clearfield Falcons. Region time here for 5A. Olivia Boswell in the circle. Getting a full count. She's ready to go. And this one misses in the dirt, and a walk will load the bases. Mattinson on first, Sorensen on second, and Nelson on third. Carly Miller stepping up.
Carly for 4 at the plate.
Oh, before we do that, we'll have a speed up runner come in. Arissa Carter takes over at first. And a little bit more talking here for the coach and ump. Saying, hey, that's a new number.
Well, Calvin does a pretty good job trying to get everybody in to do something.
And now talk with Coach Bingham. Again, we mentioned Tremont and Boomin. And looks like we don't have her on a roster or something. She's out of first.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So that'll be the second out.
Carly just needs to hit a couple runners in, and we'll be done.
A 3 ball game here at Weber High School. Again, we're glad for your support by watching us. Again, back at it on, well, next week for the Lady Bears. Hopefully we'll have the home opener here against the Mountain Crest Mustangs.
Yeah, check out the upgrades to the field.
Well, we're back back to playing ball here at Weaver High School. 2 outs, 2 on. Carly Miller up to bat here for the Bears. Boswell with a pitch high, and this one's fumbled, and Nelson will score.
Kinley's been there for so long.
Sorensen now stands on third. Miller ahead. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Boswell swinging a miss by Miller. Ball gets past. And another score. Here for the Lady Bears is now nobody on. 2 outs. Miller at the plate with a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 2. Chopped over to Howe. Able to scoop this one up. Sent over to first, can't make the catch. So Miller stands at first, and after a substitution on third, that's actually number 20, Logan Howe. Kate Daly back into the box here for the Bears. 2 outs, 1 on. Here's the pitch. Sent out to right field. And they say fair.
It's fair.
So Miller will run home. And Daly with a stand-up triple.
Outstanding. The Bears up by 11. I guess we're going to keep going.
Well, they got the home. So they had bat last time.
One more chance, but I'm cold, so I'm ready to go.
Number 10.
Emma back into the batter's box here for the Lady Bears. Again, Harold just a freshman.
Yes, Emma walked her last plate appearance.
First 2 pitches of ball here from Boswell. Ashley Warren takes over on third now. Speed up runner. Here's one. Shot left field and a fly out. Good catch by number 32, Maria Tinsley, a sophomore. Leaving one stranded, but got more runs on the board. It's 14-3. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6. And we will be right back.
Rudd Funeral Home is there to serve your family in your time of need.
We are farmers.
Whether you're buying or selling, let the dedicated professionals at Caldwell Banker help you save time and money.
For all your embroidery and screen printing needs, whether for business or just for fun, stop by Cover Up in Tremont or Brigham. At Cover Up, yeah, we can do that.
Whether it's drinks or treats, Get your fix at Soda Fix.
Welcome back here to Weber High School, bottom of the 6th. Lady Bears lead 14-3. Kate Daly back into the circle after having a little bit of a break. Warren came in and spelled her for a few innings. First one up for Weber. Will be number 9, Cambry Strasburg. First time seeing Cambry at bat here for Weber.
She's in the place of number 22, Eden Jensen.
Daly with the first pitch, goes outside for ball. Foul away. Go any longer, we'll be looking directly right at the sun. Here's Daly and a swing and a miss from Cambry. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. Going back outside. Ties the count up at 2. Swing and a miss. And if Frank Maskadoo strikeout number 6 here for Kate Daly.
Yes, Kate looking good in the circle today.
Third baseman Logan Howell. Up now here for Weber. First pitch for her from Daly's. Away and high. This one chopped foul. Oh, saved it from going foul to get the out of first. That was Warren.
Right, good call by Warren. If you can keep that fair, you know you're going to make the play. Well played. We don't want to give her another chance to get it past us.
2 gone. We go to number 6, J.C. Barker. Sophomore.
She walked and then flew out to second base.
First pitch from Daly in the dirt for a ball. This one's still low. Trying to find the bottom of the zone. It's a 2-0 count. Still searching. She falls behind 3-0. Barker ahead with 2 outs. Nobody on. Dally with the pitch. Finds it that time with the strike.
Kate fighting her way back.
And a 3-1. In there for a
Oh,
strike.
He likes that one too.
Full count. With 2 outs. She's already got 6 punch outs. Looking for another Frank Maskadoo strikeout right here. And this one misses. That looked identical to the
I know, they
one.
look the same, don't they?
Runner on here for Weber. We'll go to the top of the lineup, number 5, Olivia Boswell. Spent some time at shortstop, then moved to pitcher. This one out, runner goes. Outside. Have to run that one down. Barker now stands on second. High and away. Dally with the 2-0, fouled. Back over to the dugout. So a 2-1 count, 2 outs. Barker still on second. Here for the Warriors. This one gets behind the catcher again, advances Barker to third. And we're to another 3-1 count at the plate.
Right, Dally trying to fight to stay in this.
Dally trying to fur the corner and misses that one with another walk. Puts Boswell on first. Next up, number 32, left fielder, Moria Tinsley, a sophomore here for the Warriors. First time we're going to see her swing the bat this afternoon.
She had a great catch, that last hit to left field.
Yeah. First pitch misses for a ball here from Dally. She'll take a second one in there. And that one will miss as well.
Bears have 2 outs. They just need 1 more.
No one's in there for a strike. You're from Dally. Takes the count to a 2-1. Two in a row. Runner takes off to second. Gets down. Again, I'll just let him have that one as Barker's still standing on third. Waiting for anything. And a Frank Maskadoo strikeout to strand 2 runners on here for Weber. And I'll put this one in the books. So, we wrap this one up. The Lady Bears coming out of this one with a win, 14-3.
I think
Their scoreboard says 14-2. You got 14-2?
I have 2 as well.
we're going to go with 14-2. So the final 14-2 here at Weber High School. As the Bears improve to 5-2. Now Weber's still looking for that first win on 3.
But again, it's still early in the season, so a lot can happen.
So like I said, the Lady Bears will start region next Tuesday. Have the home opener against Mountain Crest. Also the makeup game on Wednesday against Taylorsville. And traveling to Logan next Friday. Take on the Grizzlies for Weber. They start their region tomorrow at Clearfield. And they'll finish off the week at Davis on Thursday.
Busy schedule.
Busy schedule. Spring sports are here. And giving you the most coverage is thanks to these sponsors right here: the Titan, Caldwell Banker, Greer's Douglas Hardware, Twisted Sugar, Advanced Integrated Systems on Lincoln Financial Cover Up, Tanglewood Studios, Kent's Market, Great Basin Industrial, West Liberty Foods, Frank May Skidoo, BRVnews.com, The Valley Headliner, Chenshire Sod Farms, Academy Mortgage, CNR Trailer Sales, Soda Fix, KSLSports.com, go download their app, Rudd's Funeral Home, Jared Summers of Farmers Insurance, Dr. Todd Miller, The Grill, and last but not least, Intertape Polymer Group, looking to hire. One of the many great places to work for here in the Valley. Well, we'll be pulling double duty on Wednesday. The baseball team will be hosting Woods Cross on the Diamond. Then at 7 o'clock, we got Boys Lacrosse hosting the Lakers from Bonneville. We'll have both those games for you. It's all thanks to these sponsors. So show them some love by supporting them and thank them for supporting Bear River Athletics. And Amy, we'll see you next week, weather permitting. Always springtime. It's kind of a guess on what's really going to happen.
Right, you never know. You never know, but yes, I'll be there for that Mountain Crest game. I'm excited.
We'll have that one for you. Keep an eye on our website for changes and feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel to get alerts when we go live. Your final in this one, Lady Bears 14 and the Weber Warriors 2. Have a good night, everybody, and we will see you Wednesday. You've been watching Bear River Live.